Hi my loves, welcome back, welcome to my channel, welcome if you guys are new. It is that time of the month again, my favorite time of the month where we pick our TBR for the following months. So today we are going to be letting a TBR prompt wheel pick my reads for August. Obviously this is my favorite way to pick my reads every single month. I have so much fun. So we're going to keep the tradition rolling, we're going to keep doing it today. I have so many potential good reads for this month. I am kind of overwhelmed with my choices, so this is definitely going to help refine my choices. I also get a lot of comments asking what wheel I use, and I basically just look up wheel of names online and put in my own prompts. So I think we've got about 10 prompts here, and this month I think we're going to pick 5 prompts. Usually I pick 6, but I think we're going to go with 5 this month because I actually struggled with my TBR last month. I have gone through a bit of it, but I wanted to get through more of it, or almost all of it, and I want to try and do that this month. I really want to be realistic and know what my standards are. I do have a kind of busy month, so I want to keep that in mind. But yeah, it's still going to be fun. We're still going to pick 5 reads, and there are so many options I have on my bookshelf right now, so I'm excited to see them all. But yeah, without further ado, I think we should pick our first prompt. The first prompt is a new author, an author I haven't read before. This is always fun because it makes me branch out a little bit. I'm gonna grab the books that fit this. I actually have quite a few prompts that fit this, but these are my top 3 that we're gonna go with for now, and we'll choose one of these, I think. Number 1 is What Blooms from Death by S.M. Gaither. This literally arrived in the mail the other day. This is from Penguin, and I believe it is coming out very soon. We have some fun artwork in it. I truly don't even know what this is about, but it says, love blooms in the darkness. Princess Bellanova has spent years in exile after escaping the curse that cast a death-like slumber over her family. Sleeping Beauty? Question mark? Her talents for necromancy and thievery have kept her alive and given her the fearsome reputation. But survival isn't enough. Luminor, the blade of the light, lies deep in the belly of the underworld. Stealing it back into the realm of the living could undo the curse and restore her family, her reputation, and her kingdom to life. All that stands in her way are monsters, unpredictable magic, and Alexander, the infamous Light King himself, who wielded the blade on the night of her family's ruin. So we're dealing with a lot of underworld, which is really fun. I literally just read a book dealing with this and it was so much fun. This sounds really intriguing. The only thing that's scaring me a little bit is that it is almost 700 pages long, but it sounds super interesting to me. I love when we deal with the underworld. I love seeing authors' perspectives of it, and this sounds really unique. It honestly sounds a little bit like a fairy tale type situation, but add a little bit of fun to it, I guess. The other one that I am really intrigued about is Silvercloak. I showed this in a haul recently. This comes out in July, so it should be already out. Oh my gosh, the font is so small. This is an academy setting, I know, and it says 2 decades ago, the Blood Moons ruthlessly murdered Saf's parents, destroying her idyllic childhood. Hellbent on revenge, she lied her way into the elite Silvercloak Academy of Detectives with a single goal: find a way to bring the Blood Moons to justice. There is a little bit more, but that's a very small premise. Obviously, we have an academy setting. I have been seeing really good things about this one. I am honestly really intrigued by this one. It definitely is longer as well, but it's 470, so not quite as intense as the last. It is an adult fantasy. Again, I have never heard of this author. Their name is L.K. Stephen. These are all fantasy books, by the way. Then the other one, I did have this as an option for my TBR last month. We didn't end up choosing it though, and that is Of Flame and Fury by Michaela Bridge. Again, haven't read anything by her, but I believe this has got to do with Phoenix racing, which sounds so much fun. So I am just really torn between them. I think I am really torn between these two. Let's see how long this book is. Not that that should determine anything, but this is 370 and this is 470. Not too much of a difference, 100 pages. I am most intrigued with this one though, Silvercloak. It just sounds so good. I really want to get to it. Also, there's a moon on the back. I don't know. I love this copy. I think I'm gonna have to go with Silvercloak for the first prompt of the TBR. Okay, let's pick our second prompt. A book I've been avoiding. I have one really good prompt for this, and I kind of told myself that I really wanted to start this series soon because it is one I have been avoiding for a long time. If you know me, you probably know what this one is. Let's just get it, shall we? And I'll get any other ones that I've been thinking of. Okay, I have 2 books that fit this prompt. The first one is The Winners by Frederick Backman. I only recently got this in the physical copy, but I have been meaning to continue the Bedtime series since I started it, I think around this time last year, actually. Obviously, this is such a highly rated series. Everyone is obsessed with it. I really enjoyed the first book. It was very intense and just very intense. That's the best way I can describe it, but I loved it. I thought it brought up some really important things. I really liked the characters, but I've been really scared to pick up this one just because of how intense the last one was. And I know we're gonna be dealing with similar things. I know I'm gonna get my heart broken a little bit or a lot. So this one's just been really scaring me. But one that I think takes the cake of the one that's just the most scary book to me ever is Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book. Yes, the first book in the Stormlight Archives. This is 1,130 pages. I love Brandon Sanderson's writing. I think he is wonderful. The Mistborn trilogy is one of my favorites I've ever read. And I purely read that trilogy so that I could go into this knowing the world we are set in. Because if you didn't know, a lot of Brandon Sanderson's books and series are all set in a world called the Cosmere. So we have overlapping characters. I love that. I love an interconnected series. And you know, he is known as like the king of interconnected series. But this book has purely just terrified me because of the length of it, the intensity of it. But I recently posted a TikTok and an Instagram video actually saying how scared I was of reading this, and everyone has been like telling me that I really need to start reading it, and I fear I just have to jump in. I think I just have to really jump in, and I think August is going to be the month for that. I've kind of been thinking about it. I've been looking at it on my shelf going, is it time? And I think it might be. So yeah, this is the first book in the Stormlight Archive, and I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to read it this month. I will say I am very much a mood reader, but when I tell you I've been in the mood for this so bad that I think I'm just going to pick it up at the very beginning of the month so that I definitely get to it. Okay, this is going to be the second book on our TBR. Oh my god, that scares me so much. From here on out, we are definitely picking 5 books. We are not picking any more. And I'm going to try and get them to be like under 400 pages. Let's pick down next prompt. A new addition to my bookshelf. This gives me a little bit to work with. This really does. This is a good prompt. I could definitely say that What Blooms from Death counts as that, but that is a 700-page book. I don't want to be picking that up. I've already got a lot to deal with. So with that in mind, we have Summer Island by Christian Hanna. This has just been republished in Australia and New Zealand, I believe. I think it was originally published in 2023, and we are following Nora, who returns to her hometown on Summer Island. And I think something happened in the past. She's reunited with like her old love or her old best friend, and we're trying to dig up stuff from the past. So it is a Christian Hanna book. I think it would be really easy to read. The font is massive. I love that. It is literally 370 pages. I do think it would be a really easy book to read, and I have never read a Christian Hanna book. That could have worked for the first prompt as well. Anyway, the other one that really intrigues me is Neverthorn. This is also very new to my bookshelf, and it is an academy setting. We're following Harlow Dragon. I read that in my like haul when I did this, and I love that name. It's hilarious. Who is an enchanted jewel thief. She has been offered a place at Neverthorn to join 7 others with secret magical abilities in House Phoenix. There they will be trained in potions, rune casting, and combat. So this sounds really fun. It is quite long, which annoys me a little bit. It does sound really fun. Look, the smart decision would be Summer Island. I feel like I should go with Summer Island, but I am super intrigued by this. Maybe we'll go with Summer Island and see if we can try and get this one on another prompt. Maybe. I'm also terrified to read Christian Hanna, and I feel like this is a really good stepping stone into her works because everyone has told me that I need to read The Nightingale and The Women, and I am just terrified of both of them. More so The Nightingale because I know that is going to emotionally destroy me. So this might be a stepping stone into her world, see if I like her writing, which I'm sure I will. And again, this is just really big writing. So I feel like it'll be super easy to read, and we love that. But yeah, I am really intrigued about this one, so hopefully we can try and get this for another prompt. Okay, we have 2 more books to add to this. Our next prompt is a colorful cover of the book. This is fun. I mean, it makes it nice and easy, honestly. I haven't had an aesthetic-based prompt in a while. Let's see what I can find. 2 that fit this, obviously A Flame and Fury. We talked about this before, but it is a very colorful cover. And then the other one that I feel like matches this prompt really well is Good Material by Dolly Alderton. This is actually a romance by Dolly Alderton. We might be having a few romances on the TBR this month. Following Andy, it says Andy loves Jen. Jen loved Andy, and he can't work out why she stopped. Now he is number 1, without a home, 2, waiting for his stand-up career to take off, and 3, wondering why everyone else around him seems to have grown up whilst he wasn't looking. Set adrift on the sea of heartbreak at a time when everything he thought he knew about women, flat sharing, and his friendships has transformed beyond recognition, Andy clings to the idea of solving the puzzle of their broken relationship. Because if he can find the answer to that, then maybe Jen can find her way back to him. So we're following a guy protagonist, which is a little bit different for, I don't know if it's multiple POVs, but that's a little bit different for a romance for me, and I think that could be really fun. I heard really good things about this. Obviously, Dolly Alderton is a great author. Everyone loves her so much for good reason, so maybe we'll go with this one. I do think it fits the prompt of colorful book. Obviously, I really want to read this one, but I am keeping in mind that we do have pretty intense fantasies, so I think the more romances and easy reads we have, the better, and the more chance I have of sticking to my TBR. I think we'll go with this one. I have heard really good things, and it's a very colorful cover. It's a very cute cover, honestly. Even the back is. Let's go with Good Material Material by Dolly Alderton. I keep thinking we have only one more prompt, but we actually have 2 more prompts if we're gonna do 5. A 2-word title. This could be quite hard actually. Hang on, let's see what we can find. Okay, I don't think I have physical books. We're gonna have to go into the Kindle library and see what we have there. One that does come to mind is Wild Side by Elsie Silver, which is the 3rd book in the not Chestnut Springs, Rose Hill series. They're interconnected, but yeah, that one is definitely intriguing me. It's actually weirdly hard to find a book with a 2-word title for me right now. A lot of them I have already read. There's nothing really saved on my Kindle that I haven't read and that's 2-word titles, to be honest. Okay, we're just gonna have to go with Wild Side by Elsie Silver, which is good because I've been meaning to read this one. I don't have it physically, but I'll read it on my Kindle. Yeah, I've been meaning to read this one for a while. As I said, this is the 3rd book in the Rose Hill series, which is interconnected to the Chestnut Springs series. I've read the Chestnut Springs series. I did really enjoy it. I think Elsie Silver has this way of writing that really intrigues me, even though I'm not usually a cowboy romance kind of person. Yet I read her books and have so much fun every single time. So I know that I'm gonna probably enjoy her books every time I go in. I don't think I rated a book that I've read by her under 3 stars yet. So I feel like she's a pretty good author for me, a pretty safe author for me. If you don't know what the Rose Hill series is about, it is basically like a cowboy romance series. I think in this one we have Marriage of Convenience, but each one is interconnected but a different character, which is always fun. So we are following Tabitha, who finds herself in a marriage of convenience with Reese, the man she has every reason to despise. And we got a little glimpse of them towards the end of the last book, and I actually really liked how they interacted with each other, so I think I'm gonna have a fun time with this one. And that means we are up to the last prompt of this video. A book with trials or an academy setting. I don't know why these are together, but they are. Okay, that's fun. We do have one option for this. And then, also Flame of Fury has trials. So we're definitely going in the fantasy genre. Obviously this is an academy setting, which I did say I really wanted to try and get this on the TBR because I think it'd be really fun. I've already creased it a bit, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a YA fantasy, so I think it'd be quite easy to read and I think I'd binge it quite easily. So I feel like I'm really tempted to go with this one for our TBR, but let me do a little scan in case there's anything else that pops out. To be honest, I don't think I have any other ones on my physical TBR that are screaming trials or academy setting. I think this is the only one, obviously of Flame and Fury, but I am leaning towards this one more just because I'm really intrigued. I will get to that book very soon because I like Phoenix writing. Phoenix, what is it, writing? Yeah, like trials, that sounds fun. But we do have an academy setting and I do love an academy setting. It's one of my like favorite tropes in fantasy books you could ever get. That and a heist. But yeah, we'll go with Neverthorn Academy. It sounds fun. I think I'll be able to read it really, really quickly. And yeah, another physical book ticked off as well, which we always like. So let's do a little wrap up of everything we're gonna be reading, hopefully in the month of August. I also wanna say I am clearly very much a mood reader and I know that that can really annoy some people. I just don't wanna force myself to read a book when I'm not in the mood for it. I usually get about like 3 to 4 books in my TBR done a month, which for me is quite good, but I know some people that really disappoints and I'm so sorry that I'm not better at following my TBR. I am just a really big mood reader and I don't want to force myself to read something when I'm not in the mood for it, and I know I could enjoy it more when I am in the mood for it, if that makes sense. My brain is a very interesting place and sometimes it's hard to force myself to read a book when I'm not. So the first book, in saying all that, is Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. This is a fantasy and academy setting. We've got a few academy settings this month, which is very exciting. The next book absolutely terrifies me, but does excite me. I'm not gonna lie, it excites me, and that is Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I feel like all of you are gonna be just screaming in the comments right now, being like, finally, Freya, this has been a long time coming, and I agree, it has been a long time coming, and we should just do it. We should just jump in and be brave. Dolly Alderton, Good Material, a nice little chick flick to, did I choose more than 4? I chose 6 books. I just realized I chose 6 books. Because I can't count, apparently. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, well, we've got a 6-book TBR. Do I think I'll finish all of this? Probably not. At least you had fun watching me pick them out, hopefully. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, at least 3 of them are romances. 3 of them are also quite big fantasy books. Good Material by Dolly Alderton is the other book. Summer Island by Christian Hannah is another book that's on the TBR. Wild Side by Elsie Silver is also on the TBR. And then Neverthorn Academy. I can't believe I just chose 6. You guys are probably all just laughing at me, being like, So yeah, 5 books, Freya. Good job. Okay, well, we chose 6 books for the month. These are 5 of them physically. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Clearly my brain was not quite in it, but I made some decisions that I don't know, will we regret in a day or two? Possibly, but we'll just live with our decisions. Anyway, thanks for watching today's video. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching to the end. If you did, I hope you are going to have a great reading month. I hope you've got some anticipated books you're looking forward to reading. We're gonna try our best to read our TBR for this month. I actually don't think there's any books coming out next month that I'm like really itching to read, so I think we should be okay. But you know, I say that every month. Bit of a chaotic video today, but I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching till the end. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video.